Hi Cancer, welcome to your love and romance reading for April 2020. This reading is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, of course, Venus as well. I know a lot of you are very interested in checking out your Venus sign for the love video since Venus rules love. If you are new to my channel, I do every week I do videos that are not about love and romance. And once a month I focus on love and romance. So if you're not into love, check out the weeklies. If you're not sure what your Venus sign is, I'll talk about that at the end, so hang in there for that. Let's see what's going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the area of love and romance. Alrighty, my darlings, so we have your cards here. Okay, so your first card here, you have King of Cups. This is you showing up to the party. This is good. This is good. This is good, Cancer. This tells me that the majority of you have a pretty good grip on whatever's happening in your love life right now. Because I feel like when your major arcana card comes up in a reading or your suit comes up, especially at the foundation, it would tell me that you're the person in the situation that maybe is steering the ship, so to speak, or you're in control of yourself or what's happening. King of Cups is also, we have the king here. The king is very, has that authority, has control of the situation. So Cancer, some of you might feel like you're really taking control of your love life, not like in an egomaniac, controlling kind of scary way, but if you think of like a king ruling, a fair, generous king, you may be coming into this energy. I feel some of you are wanting to do something in your love life that's creating a sense of not just love life, but a sense of home. Like maybe you're wanting to do something where you're wanting to have friends and family come together and celebrate your relationship, or maybe you're wanting to do something like have a dinner or host some kind of an event. And to this, I would say I completely and totally understand this. But considering the times we're in right now, maybe you want to hold off. Maybe you want to wait before you do something like that, depending on where you're living, depending on what's going on. I know I'm in Los Angeles. We're all just kind of sheltered and keeping to ourselves. So you may have this desire. Maybe this is why some of you have that desire. Maybe you're feeling really kind of cooped up and you're like, you know what, family is really important to me. My relationship's really important to me. I want to bring together all the people I care about. Use caution, guys. Use caution. Just be very, very careful. That's all I can say. Check out the CDC website. See what their recommendations are. It's changing minute by minute. But I would just say use caution for those of you that feel that desire. King of Cups, too, is very positive when it's coming up in a love situation or love energy. So if you are single and if you've been thinking about calling somebody in, or if you've had challenges in an existing relationship or in the past relationships where it's just been like you've been very worried or very concerned about when do I give, when do I not give. Maybe you feel like you give a lot and you get taken advantage of, and then when you try to, tighten up a little bit and not give so much, you may have people accuse you of being selfish or mean or icy or whatever. And you might have felt for a long time, you know what, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Like, what in the heck? King of Cups tells me you're finding the perfect balance with that. You're finding the perfect balance. And you're really beginning to listen to your intuition and your guidance and kind of follow the social cues. And you're doing a really good job at intuitively figuring out, okay, you know what, I should give a little bit more. Or, okay, you know what, this person, maybe they're going to try to get away with a little bit too much with me. So I'm going to just kind of make them work a little bit more. Like, you're getting very clear on that. You're having healthy boundaries, I feel, okay? Your next cup here is Eight of Cups, or your next card, I should say. Eight of Cups tells me that some of you, maybe you have landed a relationship or a specific person, maybe in some cases for some of you, that was like your dream person. Or Spirit is saying you're about to land your dream person. It's going to happen. It's going to come in. But Eight of Cups comes in with a warning. And it says that once it happens, there might be this part of you that feels a little bit discouraged, or feels a little bit like, you know what, I thought this was going to be better than this, or I thought that I was going to be happier in this situation than what I ended up being. Like maybe this is the wrong person. Maybe this isn't my soulmate. And we start to second guess ourselves because it didn't bring us what we thought we were going to get once we had it. Spirit is saying, look, don't be discouraged. Don't worry. There's a solution to this. But it has to do with you making your connection with your higher self and making your spiritual connection. So if you are single and if you're really bummed out and you're like, oh crap, you know, like I was just feeling ready, like I was going to get out there and find somebody, and now I got a shelter in place and I can't date and I have to be careful. This is saying, no, don't worry. This is all actually going to work out for you ultimately in the end. If you are able to begin now making your spiritual connection, because the Eight of Cups says we feel something is missing and we're trying to fill up that void, and everything we're filling it up with, it isn't working. We still feel like something is missing. So Spirit is saying, look, we're bringing you the right person, or you're with the right person, but in order for you to be able to enjoy it, to really feel it, to be able to really benefit from it, you need to have the connection with the higher self. Okay, so begin doing things that are raising your vibration, that are making you feel happy, that are keeping you in your joy. Creativity is a massive part of creating with the spiritual realm. So things that you find interesting, whether it's woodworking, working with your hands, gardening, painting, drawing, listening to music, singing, dancing, any element having to do with the arts. Right? We can do them in very, very simple ways. Maybe doing crafts and things with things that are around the house, or things that you're able to order online. Don't underestimate how powerful that is, because these things are almost like little meditations that are helping us connect with our heart center and our heart space. So if you can do this, the better your relationship is going to be, or the better your future relationship is going to be. Your next card here is Nine of Swords. Right? So in the beginning, you're feeling very happy. Maybe in the beginning of the month, or you're feeling kind of very confident. And as we transition into the month going along, some of you are beginning to have some anxiety and some fear. And I think this is what it is. You're realizing what you have, right? Especially those of you that you have a connection with a person, or things are starting to move forward. The negative ego comes up in our head and starts saying, well, what if you don't have it? What if something terrible happens? Especially right now. I mean, come on, this is a time that is scary for many of us, right? We're all kind of very unsure what's happening, how things are going to pan out, and we're worried about our loved ones. We're worried about ourselves. We're worried about our loved ones. In Cancer, you know, you guys are a sign that loved ones and family, or your family, a friend, it's very, very important for Cancers. You know, Cancers are very much about that connection. And so this is terrifying, because you think, what's going to happen to my loved ones? What's going to happen? You may be concerned about yourself as well. I feel, though, that for some of you, what's happening is the stress of the current situation, or being cooped up together. It might cause you to behave in a certain way, where you get aggravated or you get upset, and you might kind of snap at somebody, or you may kind of react in a way. And then I feel for some of you, this is saying that you're really beating yourself up in April. You're like, man, why did I do that? Why did I say that? You know, life is short. What if something happens? I'm going to feel terrible that I acted this way. Nine of Swords is saying you have to learn to let things like that go. Stop judging yourself. Stop putting yourself down. As far as what you're worried about, like what if this happens? What if that happens? Nine of Swords says, look, you have to do the best that you can with what is in your power. And the rest you have to hand over to your higher power, or to the universe to take care of, right? If you're really concerned about like getting into a car accident, you do what you can to get car insurance. You do what you can to drive very carefully. You do what you can to be alert, right? But at the end of the day, you can't control other drivers. Okay, and that's where kind of faith comes in. That's where we kind of have to hand something over to the universe, or to the higher power. And so some of you are having power struggles in your existing relationships, or you're feeling very powerless with what's happening in the world right now, and that's making you feel very worried about your loved ones. And that's why you had Eight of Cups. This is where faith comes in. This is where handing this over to the higher power and using caution, right? We don't want to be overly brazen. We don't want to do foolish things and say, oh, it's okay, higher power is with me, God is with me, nothing's gonna happen to me. And we don't want to like put ourselves in a dangerous situation. We still want to use caution. So it's the balance between caution and faith, right? If you did blow up at somebody, you got really upset, what are some steps you can take in the future to avoid something like that happening? So a balance between how do I control this and how do I hand the rest over, and how can I stop carrying the burden on my shoulders? Nine of Swords also says some of you maybe are not going to be getting enough sleep, and you want to be cautious because when we're not sleeping enough, we get super emotional. And when we're, emotional and tired, we don't make good decisions, right? So do what you can to practice self-care, to get sleep, to rest. Maybe find some herbal sleep remedies, maybe some chamomile tea if you're able to get a hold of that. A warm bath, listening to music that's relaxing or calming, or finding like sleep meditations online. YouTube is a wonderful resource for free videos and things along those lines. So make sure you're also taking care of your rest, because this is going to help you be emotionally balanced to keep from having drama in your relationships in April. Your next card here is Queen of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles could be that you're interacting or dealing with an earth sign. If you have earth in your moon or in your rising, or in your Venus or anywhere in your chart, that might be coming up pretty strong in April. That's kind of helping you with your love energy, your love foundations here. Or you could be dealing with an earth sign. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I tend to associate the Queen of Pentacles with Taurus feminine energy. That's just me as a reader, but it's not just only exclusive to that. And I'll tell you why. Because Taurus women love their home. They love their home. They take pride in their home. They really want to have a comfortable place to come home to at the end of the day. I also feel that this is a scary time financially for a lot of people. So I kind of feel like Queen of Pentacles is saying that you're feeling very abundant in your home environment or with your person. There may be some blessing coming in. Maybe your partner has some work coming in, or you have some work coming in still, or you're just finding blessing after blessing to where the physical needs are being taken care of somehow, and you're feeling a sense of sanctuary. So I think some of you, I'm going to be honest with you, beginning of the month to mid-month, there may be a little portion of time where you're feeling a little bit of a rift, or you're feeling a little bit of tension. But I feel as we transition towards the end of the month, Cancer, you're feeling like you're in control of yourself again. You're feeling at home. You're feeling comfortable. Queen of Pentacles to me very much is also bonding through physical needs, right? So like good food, physical contact, music, just things that make a house feel like a home. Again, if you are a single Cancer, and you're not already living with someone, depending especially on where you are right now, I would highly suggest that you kind of not, do the physical contact stuff right now. But for those of you that you're in close quarters, you're with somebody, there may be a rekindling of a spark. There may be like a resurrecting of the physical aspect of the relationship that's coming through bonding, bonding in a physical way. So maybe you're not having a whole lot of time to talk about stuff, but I feel for some of you, it's like being around each other, spending time with each other might be opening the doors to have conversations you haven't been able to have in a while. And it's creating a more secure foundation in the relationship. That's the vibe I'm getting from that card. Your next card here is Three of Wands. And Three of Wands is expanding mental thinking. It's also a point of no return. So I feel like there's some conversations and discussions that are happening that's causing you to make decisions about taking a relationship to the next level, or really, really planning in detail the future of the relationship. Some of you are speaking to somebody who might be in a different state or further away from you. And I want to clarify something. I don't feel this is like a online romance. I feel like this is somebody you know. And maybe they're further away, and you all might be deciding, through all this, that you all want to be together. So there may be talk about like, hey, when this whole thing is over, one of us is going to relocate. And maybe Cancer, it might be you. You might be making plans to do some kind of a relocation. To be with someone where you're discovering there's romantic feelings here. Overall, though, this is like, just broadening your viewpoint, seeing things in a bigger, more expanded kind of way, and expanding on a relationship, taking something next level, right? Some of you might begin planning for an early retirement. Some of you might begin planning to, have kids in the future once things are more settled, or, move. Like, life is short. You're thinking about what you want to do in the long run, and who you want to do those things with. I feel for some of you, this is very, very random, but if I hear it, I have to say it. I feel for some of you, there's some plan involving siblings. Like siblings coming together to be in like a family property. So I don't know if it's like a house that a grandparent is leaving behind, or I don't know. I just feel like siblings coming together, taking ownership of a property that might result in a move. And this is also going to be opening doors for you in your love life. Obviously not with your siblings, obviously. But something about this change or this shift is also going to be beneficial for you in your dating life once this move occurs. Again, very, very random, but I find that when I feel that and I say it, it ends up being very helpful for somebody. So Spirit knows who needs to hear that. So there you go. If you're not sure about your Venus sign, moon sign, rising sign, you guys know I'm not an astrology expert, but I had someone reach out to me that blew my mind and did a report for me like in seconds, that I was just like, whoa, I was so impressed. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna totally tell my viewers about you. I'm really like totally like ready to like, plug you and tell them about your website. And he was super cool, and he said, you know what, I will offer your viewers 30% off unlimited. And their prices are already very, very reasonable, like really reasonable. So you can get as many reports as you want. You can get love and relationship compatibility with as many different people as you want. You can get your natal chart analyzed. You can get a forecast for the year according to your astrology. As many as you want. So it's really, 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 really great. And so there's a link to that in the description. And when you use the code ANGEL30, you can use it as many times as you want, as many reports as you want, on already reasonable prices. And I'm doing a giveaway, guys. If you like this deck, this is the Arcanum deck. I have a link to Amazon if you want to order it. But this is my older deck. And as you can see, it's a little bit beat up around the edges. And since I do the videos, I feel like maybe some people might be like, oh, those cards are beat up. So I got a new one. But all the cards are here. None of the cards are missing. There's a booklet. I have the original box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a winner from the Instagram and Facebook comments on my card of the day videos. I'm going to wait till end of April to choose. Because I want to give people a chance to know about the giveaway, and who knows when people are going to come across this video. But if you want to see this deck, April 3rd, I posted a card from this deck. There's other ones too. If you scroll through, you'll probably see. But if you want to see more cards, you can see online. And I'm going to pick a winner from the Instagram comments and Facebook, Instagram and Facebook at the end of April. So if you want to chance to win the deck, I will mail it out to whoever wins. at the end of the month. I thank you guys for watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Weekly forecast will be up soon. Channeled messages for April will be up soon. So make sure you subscribe so you get notifications for those. And I'm wishing you a wonderful month, my dears. Take care.